Ethiopian government seems to be under increasing international pressure over Tigray conflict. Two developments have taken place within the last 24 hours, which have led to mounting pressure from international community on Ethiopian government regarding Tigray conflict. What are the two developments? Firstly, viewers, the US has imposed sanctions. As I had said 2 days ago, that US was considering imposing of sanctions on Eritrea and Ethiopia. Now official announcement has come. Just a few hours ago, US State Department imposed sanctions on Ethiopia and Eritrea and TPLF members as well. What is the nature of these sanctions? How much these sanctions are going to pinch Ethiopian government? It has imposed visa restrictions on those individuals who are hindering solution to Tigray conflict, who are undermining the resolution of Tigray conflict. Who are those individuals? Firstly, serving and former Ethiopian government officials. Secondly, serving and former Eritrean government officials. Thirdly, serving and former members of Ethiopian security forces. Fourthly, serving and former members of Eritrean security forces. And fifthly, other individuals. Other individuals include members of Amhara regional forces, members of irregular forces, and members of Tigray People Liberation Front. So whosoever is trying to undermine the solution to Tigray conflict is going to be put under sanctions by the US. Very sweeping sanctions have been announced by the US, but these are just visa restrictions announced by the US. Immediate family members of these individuals will also face these sanctions, viewers. Second type of sanctions imposed by the US are economic and security related sanctions. US has suspended security assistance to Ethiopia. This assistance will remain suspended, and the statement says that wide-ranging economic and security sanctions will be imposed on Ethiopia and Eritrea, but some sectors will not be targeted, like education, primary education, health, support for women and girls, and democracy. These sections will not be targeted. Otherwise, sweeping sanctions, economic and and security related, will be imposed on Ethiopia. Eritrea is already under sanctions. Thirdly, US is once again calling for the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray. In this statement about sanctions, there is no mention of the withdrawal of Amhara forces from Tigray. US is calling for the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Tigray once again. Now, how tight these sanctions are. Firstly, Eritrea won't be affected much. Eritrea is already under US sanctions. Eritrean individuals have been sanctioned by the EU as well just a few days ago. So Eritrea won't be affected, but yes, Ethiopian government officials, military officials, they will be affected who are living in the US, whose families are residing in the US, and who are Abiy's close advisors. So visa restrictions will definitely have their impact on some Ethiopian government officials and security officials. And viewers, TPLF members could also be put under sanctions if they are hindering solution to Tigray conflict. Uh, Last year, Ethiopia received around 1 billion US dollars in economic and security assistance. So, Ethiopian budget will also take a hit after these sanctions, viewers. Second development is about an article published by the Telegraph, the Daily Telegraph, which is a UK-based newspaper. And the article has been written by two journalists, Will Brown and Lucy Casa, viewers. 4 days ago, I did a video on the use of chemical weapons in Tigray, viewers. This article is also about the use of phosphorus munitions in Tigray. The two journalists claim that Ethiopian and Eritrean forces are using phosphorus munitions and some civilians have been targeted. In my video, I told you that Kisanat Gebremikael, resident of Azmira, Central Tigray, was admitted in Mekelle Hospital, and she was suspected to have suffered an attack, a chemical weapons attack, viewers. The two journalists have also mentioned Kisanat Gebremikael, that she and some of the civilians suffered burns due to phosphorus munitions fired by Eritrean and Ethiopian forces, viewers. Ethiopian government has issued a statement. Foreign Ministry of Ethiopia has rejected this article. Foreign Ministry of Ethiopia says that this article is beyond irresponsible and it is meant to fuel tensions and divide in Ethiopia while Ethiopia is about to hold elections. So Ethiopian government has outrightly rejected the use of any chemical weapons in Tigray. Phosphorus munitions are not part of chemical weapons use, but their use against civilians is prohibited. So international pressure seems to be mounting upon Ethiopian government for the resolution of Tigray conflict. US sanctions have been imposed. Daily Telegraph is accusing Ethiopian government of using phosphorus munitions. US is calling upon other countries as well to impose similar sanctions on Ethiopia and Eritrea. That is why it seems that Ethiopian government is under increasing international pressure about Tigray conflict. I think for watching.